So Tiffany, it's really a pleasure to, as part of the Colombian delegation, to have you here. And I'm wondering for the people that are watching this video in Facebook that we're going to share, what do you think is one of the biggest recent breakthroughs in biology that is going to be disruptive for the way that we human beings treat our health?
I think the biggest disruptive technology, without doubt, has been gene editing. So the ability to go in at the DNA level and change the A's, C's, T's, and G's precisely and permanently. And frankly, a lot more easily. It's much easier to do now than when I was a graduate student. It's not easy, but it's easier. I think this is huge. It has a chance not just to change DNA-coded humans for medical purposes, but for agriculture. I mean, huge differences are going to be achievable very, very soon. And so, yeah, gene editing, that's my superstar.
And tell us a little bit, is this something that is really expensive just for that 1% of the 1%ers, or it's something that might be available in the near future for all of us?
I think at the beginning, just like any technology, it's going to be expensive enough that, frankly, it will be focused on wealthy people. But I believe that everyone involved thinks that this can't just be about making rich people healthier. Rich people already have a health advantage. So how do we make sure that the future is one where everyone has access to abundant health and to abundant technology? We don't want the divisions that are already in the world to get even worse. So I think what we're going to see is a very rapid price drop over time that is going to make this technology accessible to everyone.
And we've heard a lot about the dangers of gene editing, especially in food and seeds and what is used to grow food. Can you give us some light on that, which is something that is always on the news?
Right. So the short answer is that there is no scientific evidence that genetically modifying organisms is bad for human health. So humans have been genetically modifying organisms for 10,000 years. It's called agriculture, right? Corn's not a thing. It has nothing to do with the original plant. We bred this thing. The difference is that now we're really good at doing it rationally, on purpose, like an engineer. So for me, when I think about GMO foods, I think about why are they doing the genetic modification? Usually the answer is so that we can use less pesticide. I know that pesticide is bad for human health. So for me, for my son, if I have to choose between feeding him food that's a GMO or food that's been treated with pesticide, I choose the GMO because there's no evidence that that negatively impacts people. Also, with climate change, we're going to need solutions fast for how do we keep feeding an ever-increasing population on this planet. We have less and less land available to us. The land is sick, it's over-fertilized, it's over-farmed. So I think the solutions to these problems in large part are going to come from changing the biology in addition to these other things like stopping global warming.
And with all the exciting changes in this field, what would you recommend to all of the youngins out there that they could study to be a part of this disruption in the future?
So I think the single most important thing you can study is coding. So computer coding of any kind, because what that does is it teaches you the mindset of how to engineer something, how to code something. I came to coding very late as a biologist, and as a result, I'm going to tell you a secret, I'm not a very good computer coder. But my son, who is 6 years old, is already learning to code, and so the way of thinking is very important. The other thing I would recommend, two other things. Number one is study math. Mathematics is very important, and especially in this age of very large data sets, you need to be able to use computers and mathematics in order to analyze the data and to figure out what to do. And the third thing I think is play. Right? People think scientists are really serious people, but honestly the reason we do it is because it's so much fun. So find a makerspace, find a biohacker space, get in there, grow plants, grow microbes, try these technologies like 23andMe, uBiome, all of these relatively inexpensive DNA kits, Origin, that's another one. Just get out there and be a maker, do it. Be a scientist, be a maker, have fun, because it's really fun.